Ashtabula is talkative, unique, and cuddly. Don't tell her this, but she's also a bit small. Tippy is active, strong, and gives hugs. Zahira is loving, clingy, and fun. Plus, how long-term kennel dogs get enrichment with deer urine? Meet Nice Kitties. Meet Nice Kitties play area. And we can't forget Dog Alley. All on Pick Your Next Pet at the ACAPL.
It's okay. You're okay. This little pint-sized buddy of mine is Ashtabula, a very unique name for a very unique dog.
Where does it come from?
She was part of a seizure situation, so she came from a house with way too many other dogs. But that means she really likes other dogs because she grew up around them. She's probably about 2 years old, maybe a little bit younger. She acts a little bit younger than that. Very healthy. She's up to date on all her vaccines, and she just got fixed a few days ago, so she is 100% ready to go. If you're looking to add a very little buddy to your pack, she could be a really good fit. Her previous owner told us that she is what's called a Manchester Terrier. I'm not sure if she's 100% full bred that or just a mix. All of her siblings that she came in with were miniature pinscher mixes. So I'm not sure if she's full bred, but it does not matter to me. She is an absolute sweetheart. As you can see, very clingy and cuddly once she gets to know you. A leash does make her a little bit nervous, so we'll probably send you home with a harness for her that's easier to get the leash on and off. But she's really pretty content being carried. Once you make friends with her, she is in love with you and just wants to follow you everywhere and be on top of you to cuddle and take treats. I mean, she is so sweet. Here at the shelter, she's quite talkative. Pretty much every person that passes by, she's gonna, bark at, try to talk to, get attention, stuff like that. So we're happy to have her here. She's a doll baby, but we definitely want her to get home. So put in an application for this little sweetheart. What? You should brought some toys out here, huh? Hey, pretty girl. Do you like the burgers? Come here. What's this? You sit? No. No. You're cheating. Here. Sit. Not quite a sit, but it's still impressive.
Maybe that's what she thought was sitting.
Yeah. Up. No, she's cheating. She's trying to get the big piece instead of the little piece.
So we can add smart to the rest of her.
Oh, good girl. Sit. 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 That's not it. But I like you enough. I give it to you anyways. Hi. Hi. Yeah, show them your hugs.
Oh, you should give hugs. You give hugs. Yes, you do. Here.
Do the thing where you throw the stuff in the air.
Oh, yeah. Come here. Tippy.
I know. Spartan's been out here. Come on. Come here. What's this? Sit. Ready? Oh, so Tippy here is newer to us here at the shelter, so we don't know everything about her. We're learning new stuff every day, but I will say she quickly became one of my favorites because of how well behaved she is in her kennel. She's relatively quiet, doesn't bother any of the other dogs. She sits before she gets her meal. She sits before you put the leash on her. She's not super crazy inside of her kennel. Now, outside is a little bit of a different story. She can pull pretty hard on the leash. She's a big dog, so she can't really help it sometimes, and she definitely has no manners or leash training. But even without any kind of training, I think this dog is so insanely sweet and smart. I think she's going to be a great family dog. Like, I think she'd do well with kids. Maybe a little bit bigger kids, only because she's so big herself. She probably would knock a small child over. So maybe just 5 and up would be good. Overall, she is just super awesome. And one thing I did notice today, she was really wanting to play with other dogs. When I put her outside, there was a gate in between them, like a chain link fence, and she was trying so hard to like push the chain link fence out of the way so that she could like crawl under and get to other dogs. She definitely wants a dog friend. So if you've got 1 or 2 younger playful dogs, I think she would fit in great in like a little pack. I really hope she gets out of here soon because she is a bigger dog, and I just think she deserves a great home. She's gorgeous, she's sweet. Come and get her. Come and get her.
So what's her story? So how did she get here?
I wasn't here the day she came in, but I believe she was a stray. You know, another one of those great dogs that I don't understand why she's even here, but no one claimed her. She's just a little bit underweight, so we've been feeding her a little bit extra food than we would normally feed a dog her size. But otherwise, she seems happy, healthy. She does have her rabies vaccine, so even though she's not fixed yet, she's ready for you to come meet her. Here, baby girl. Ready? Sit. Wait. Yay! Good job.
2 points.
Let's see if you like to play fetch. Ready? Get it! You good girl! Right here? Oh, good girl. Good girl. He's too cute. He's too cute. You gotta go potty, don't you? That's good. That's good.
Oh, you got a ball.
You got the ball. You found the other one.
He's so happy. He's so happy.
You drop it. Drop it. No, drop it so I can get it. I don't even need to throw it. She's happy to just run around with it in her mouth. That works for me.
This is good girl.
Sit. Yes. Do you shake? Shake. Down. Down. You don't know anything else. You only know sit. That's okay. That's majority of the dogs. Majority of them here.
I love this.
You're right. She just...
I don't even need to throw it. She is content to just entertain herself. Hi, baby.
So, our girl Zahira has been here on court hold for a couple of months now. So she's been taken care of by staff, but now she is officially ours and ready to be seen by volunteers and the public. She is a super big sweetheart once you get to know her. I will say she's a little bit standoffish at first. Bob here can attest to that. She'll act like she wants nothing to do with you. If we're at the park, she'll bark at you, whatever. But then
On her
she
own.
gets used to, yeah.
She just walks over.
If you let her do her thing, she'll come right up to you and say hi. She is, honestly, from what I can tell, she's quite a princess. Like, it's her way or the highway. She's not going to do anything unless she wants to. But that's not necessarily a negative. She's just used to kind of doing whatever. She's a pretty flexible dog, though. I think that she'll adjust to some different types of families and routines and whatever. If you're a stay-at-home family, I'm sure she'd love that. Because like I said, once she gets to know you, she's like your best friend. But if you have to work and have to leave her in a room or in a crate, I think she'd be fine with that too, honestly. She's a pretty clean dog. She does really good with housebreaking and things like that. She did come from a home with other dogs, but for now she seems picky with her other dog friends, so obviously we always do a dog meet and greet to make sure that would do okay. I have a feeling she would prefer a male dog and also probably dogs that are smaller than her. But you never know. So if you're interested, don't be afraid to call and we'll schedule an appointment for you. I would say older children, I don't think she'd love a bunch of littles running around, but I also don't think that she's like scared of them or would hurt little dogs. She's overall really sweet, really loving. She does ride well in a car. She will sit in very funny looking positions. As you can see, she's all legs. She's skinny, she's lanky. Also a little bit skinny, but man, when I tell you we feed her so much, she gets so many treats throughout the day, so I kind of think that's just her build.
She's got the rib. You can still see the ribs.
Yeah, I know, and she came to us like that, and we've been feeding her really good stuff, and I think it's just her. She's also very athletic, so when she's outside, she's almost constantly moving around, running around, jumping, barking, stuff like that. Yeah, but she's a really great dog. A lot of people think she's a very gorgeous dog, so I'm really hoping she'll find a home soon.
Look at you. He's so beautiful. Cookie? Come here. Come here, big girl. Come here. Sit. No. That's not what I wanted. I said sit, not jump up on me.
And give you a kiss.
Thank you. Come here. Good girl. There you go. See, he's nice. See, she just takes a second. Come here. Come here.
She's over there, doggy.
He can't record you down there.
Is this your best side there, dogs?
Come here, dogs.
Zahira.
She don't care about my treats. Apparently they're not good enough. Apparently they are not good enough. Let me find one of those balls. She likes to play fetch. What's this? What is this? Not so sure about that. She's not so sure about that.
So the dog houses out here, do some dogs just come out here and sleep? Or?
They come out here during the day.
So it's time for Ask Ashley. This is Ashley.
In case you didn't know.
Okay. And we were talking before about some dogs that they're here week after week, month after month, and I've taken them for runs, and they're very nice and they're accommodating, and they're not getting adopted. And so after a while, it has a profound effect on the dogs, right?
Yeah.
So what do you do to try to combat that? And why aren't they getting adopted, for heaven's sake?
Well, those are some excellent questions. As far as the why are they not getting adopted, I don't know. I love them all. I think they're great dogs. Some of them do need somewhat particular types of homes. So one of our long-term dogs, Lucian, he is terribly afraid of other dogs. And it's all fear-based because we know that he does have dog friends. He can make friends with other dogs, but it's a very slow process. But majority of the time, he's so scared that he's just barking his head off, going crazy. So him, for example, he needs a home with no other dogs and a very understanding owner that's going to help him get over that fear, slowly socialize him into being accepting of other dogs.
How about McCoy?
McCoy, his might mostly just be his size. He's very intimidating. If you walk through the kennels, he's, whopping 95 to 100 pounds. He's thick. He's very strong.
Yeah, but when you get him, he doesn't seem that way. I've taken him a lot.
He's not that bad, honestly. I think it's just here in comparison to all the others around him, he looks really big. He also does have some behavioral stuff that needs some training.
So do I.
Yeah, I mean, every shelter dog is gonna have some quirks and little things that we don't know about them. Even if you get a puppy from us, it could still end up having some things down the road that we couldn't have predicted because we don't know what happened before or what their genetics. I mean, there's all kinds of those things you have to consider when you're adopting a shelter dog. But our long-term dogs are the ones that we're most concerned about. Being in a shelter does alter their brain chemistry. The longer they're here, the worse it gets, obviously. Usually a lot of them, sometimes they go stir crazy and you can see the effects the longer they're here. Other times they get very, very comfortable here and this becomes their home. And so then when they, when they get adopted and go to a home, they have trouble adjusting there because they don't understand it because now they know the kennel as their home. So there are a lot of things that we can do to help these dogs out, and that falls all under...
Including dancing with them?
That falls all under a category known as enrichment. If you've talked to any kennel staff, you probably have heard that word before, enrichment. It is anything that helps work a dog's brain and challenges them a little bit, but it...
Excuse me, just a second.
Yes, of course.
This dog was scared to death when we were talking about a little that takes a while. That is an example.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
You can pop that clip in there when we talk about how it takes her a second to warm up to people. But once she does, it's like, oh, hi, you're my best friend. So enrichment, we always try to draw back to whatever a dog's natural instincts are, natural behaviors. So anything scent related, anything that requires a little bit of problem solving. So puzzles that dogs need to figure out.
So you might put some piece of food in some kind of a puzzle or some kind of
like
operator.
hidden somehow, and then they have to use their nose to figure out where it is, and then maybe use their muzzle or their paw to get it out of a spot. So enrichment is super duper important. So some of the things we try to do every single day. So for our long-term dogs specifically, they get some type of feeder that is not a regular bowl. So whether that's a slow feeder, a puzzle feeder, maybe scattered all over the ground, so they have to, really work to get all the kibble pieces. Depends on who they are and what kind of feeders they like. Sometimes we notice they like a certain kind. Some dogs will chew up the plastic ones, so they can only have the metal ones. Different stuff like that. You can wrap food up in a towel to make it more challenging for them to find. They also get scent enrichment every single day, which is usually
perfume?
Some kind of essential oil or perfume spray. So we have scents like almond, vanilla, lavender. We even have deer urine, which is gross, but we can't smell it. Only they can smell it anyways. So we usually put that on either a washcloth or one toy. set it in their kennel somewhere, and then when they come inside, it's like, oh, what the heck is that? Who's been in my kennel? You know, something like that. So that's really good for their noses. And then we also do what's called a target enrichment, which all that means is just getting them out of their kennel and doing something different with them every day. So whether that's a nice walk, a play session in the play yard, doing a training session, so working on if they already know some commands or trying to teach them a new one, clicker training, things like that. Or maybe you took them off site on a car ride, see how they do with that. A grooming session can even count as enrichment, so giving them a good bath, trying to trim their nails. And all of those...
Go ahead with it.
All of those enrichment things help you learn a lot about the dog.
We'll be back.
So this is Little Miss Champagne. If you've been in our cat room at all recently, you know her, you've heard her, you've probably played with her. She is a doll. She came to us with, I think, 6 babies, if I remember correctly. They have all since been, you know, grown up, adopted, all that stuff. And she herself was very, very skinny. Like the only weight she had on her was the milk in her, you know. So she was very, very little and skinny. So we got her fed and healthy and ready to go, and she is fixed. She is very, very sweet. As you can see, she wants to escape very, very badly. Pretty sure she loves other kitties. That's part of it. She knows there's a kitty over here and a kitty down here, and she really wants to play with them. So I would definitely recommend her for a multi-cat home, as long as they can handle her energy, because she is kind of a lot of kitty. But overall, very sweet, very loving, and I think if she had lots of room to play, I still think she would choose to come and play with you. So this little lady is Funyun. She is also a previous mama. She came to us with only one little baby. His name was Tidbit, and he was so stinking cute. He basically refused to stop nursing. He really only wanted mommy's milk. He did not want to eat any mush or KMR, which is kitten milk replacement. Yeah, he just wasn't having it. So they stayed together a little bit longer than we normally leave moms with kittens. She did not seem to mind, though. She was a very good mommy. And now she's a very good kitty. She is like the perfect balance of loving and cuddly and playful. So like right now I could scoop her up, sit in this giant chair over here and sit and read a book, and she would be perfectly content to lay on my lap the entire time. Or I could grab a really nice toy and try to play with her, take her in the playroom, anything like that, and she would love that too. So again, I think she's a super flexible kitty, could fit into quite literally any home, whether you have cats or not. I would just be ready for a cuddle bug, because she definitely likes to cuddle. Alright, so this little room is called the cat playroom. We've had it in here for a while, and I haven't gotten a chance to talk about it with Bob or with you guys yet. So I just kind of wanted to show it really quick. We've got a whole little cat tree in the corner here. Lots of different kind of toys that are too big to fit inside any of the individual silvers, but that we still think are really great cat toys. We always keep pieces like with cardboard and stuff so they can sharpen their nails. We actually have this little mat of fake grass that they tend to really like, that they'll roll in, and we have a chair in here. So if you're interested in adopting, you can come in here to like meet and play with a cat, or if you're here volunteering, you can pick certain cats to come in here, as long as you feel comfortable picking them up and carrying them, just shifting them to this room. We have all kinds of toys in here. We even have a laser pointer. The biggest thing is just making sure it gets completely sprayed down with Rescue afterwards to clean it in between every single cat. But it's been a huge hit. There are some cats that desperately need time in here almost every single day. The volunteers have really enjoyed it. It's given them a way to interact with the kitties that we didn't used to have before. Between this and the catio, our cats are getting much more enrichment than they used to, which is super important for them too.
To remind people that the catio there's a tube or whatever that takes you from the window outside, and they can climb around. And we did a thing on that a couple of weeks ago.
Yep, the catio has an entrance in here in the cat room that you can put them out basically through the window, and then they can go up and over, or you could put a cat in a carrier and walk them outside to the catio. Good girl.
And here's Ashley. She sleeps in here at night.
walking a dog and I'm never blue. I'm a walking the dog, I ain't thinking about you. Don't need no one to tie me down. I'm a walking the dog and a painting the town. Such an easy life I never knew until the day